All right, so far we have done area, triangles, rectangles, trapezoids, parallelograms, all that kind of stuff. And then we put some shapes together. And so we did some of those. And today we're going to kind of continue along the lines of putting shapes together with something called surface area. And surface area has to do with three-dimensional figures. Okay, so we are only going to deal with a couple of kinds of surface area here. We're not going to deal with anything that has circles in it, which is going to be a little bit easier than some of the others. So our vocabulary, and this is from the other day. You don't have to open to this right now because you don't need it right at the moment. The word that we're going to be defining is net. So a net is an unfolded solid. And these two blue shapes that you just cut out are two unfolded solids. So the net is simply what makes it up. And in a minute, we're going to fold them so that they make the shapes that they are supposed to make. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But just remember that a net is just an unfolded solid. So if we fold it, it's going to make a three-dimensional figure. Surface area then is just the unfolded net and the area of the unfolded net. So the number of square units in a three-dimensional figure. What it takes to cover something. Think about wrapping paper. Remember we talked about this. Area rug, well, it could also be wrapping paper because you're going around something. Okay? And the answer, because we're still talking area, is always what? Squared, right? It's always squared. We're still talking about area. Even though this is a three-dimensional figure, we're still talking about area. Okay? So if you will flip in your notebook, because you are going to need your notebook in a second, to page 26. Flip to page 26. Actually, flip to your table of contents first. Let's fill that out. And then flip to 26. We're going to start with this one. So before we begin, let's fold it until it makes a three-dimensional shape. We're going to unfold it in a second, but let's fold it so you can see what three-dimensional shape it's going to make. So every place where you see a line, make a crease. So I'm going to fold the little arm-looking things in. Just fold them in for right now. And then I'm going to fold here. Remember, make sure that the lines are on the inside of the shape, not the outside. Lines are on the inside. So I'm going to fold it again like that. And then one more time like that until it makes this little shape right here. It's just all folded flat. That makes the creases. Then you can start to unfold it and make it into a three-dimensional shape. So the little arms will come out. This makes kind of like a little lid. And it should look like that. Okay? So you have a rectangular prism. Now, so I wanted you to see, the reason we folded it first is I wanted you to see what the shape was. So the shape is a rectangular prism. So we're finding the surface area of this rectangular prism. In other words, if we were trying to make a bunch of these, which we just did, but if we were trying to make a bunch of them, how much actual material will we need? So when you're done, unfold it and lay it flat, and we're going to talk about the surface area of it. Unfold it and lay it flat. Now, you're going to write on the inside of yours. I'm going to write up here on the screen. So let's go ahead and start together. Okay, so it's exactly the same as what we've been doing, except for now we're going to be writing on this unfolded solid, this rectangular prism, or this net of a rectangular prism. So let's start with this big rectangle in the middle. What is the base and height of the big rectangle in the middle?
2 and 6.
2 and 6. So the area of that big rectangle is 12. Now, go ahead and write 12 and circle it. Now, here's something that you need to understand. If they only give you these two numbers, that means those are the only two numbers you mean. That means that nothing else has a different measurement, or they would have told you. So, if this piece is 6 and 2, what is this one?
12.
6 and 2 also, right? So this one's 12. How about this one? 12. And this one?
12.
Okay, so write 12 inside of each one. Okay? Now let's talk about these little ones. This is 2. What's this one going to be? 2. They didn't tell us otherwise, and actually this one is going to match with that one, which we know is 2. There's 2 ways that we know that this is 2. So this is 2 and 2, so that is 4. And that is 4. Okay? So we have an area inside of each piece, just like what we just did. Now that we have a shape, an area inside of each shape, I need you to find a little spot on page 20, what did I tell you, 26. Find a spot on 26, kind of right this towards the top, because you're going to glue this shape down there in just a minute. So save some room for it. But go up towards the top, and we're going to add together the surface area of this shape. Now, you can add it in any way you want to. But the surface area is going to be the total of, and by the way, SA is what we write. SA stands for surface area. So write SA equals, and we have 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. That's 4 12s, right? And then what else? Plus 4 plus 4. Now, you can add these in any order that you want to, as what Daniel just said. Could you just multiply 12 by 4? Absolutely. And then you can multiply 4 by 2, and you can add all that together. So somebody find the solution to adding all of that together and raise your hand. All right, Kennedy. 54? 56? 56? 54? What do you say? 56? 56? 56 is the correct answer. 56. Okay? So the surface area is 56. It was in what? Centimeters. And since it's area, it's centimeters squared. The surface area is 56 centimeters squared. All right, do you see all we did was we added all of these shapes together once we found the area of each piece, and then we got our total. Now this one is really simple. There are going to be some, y'all, that are harder than this. So you're going to have to focus on them. But this is the idea. All right, so at this point we have glued this shape down in our notebooks, and we have the surface area. What was the surface area again?
56.
Good, 56 centimeters squared. All right, now we're going to go to this shape. This is the other one we cut out. And we're going to follow the exact same steps. So you're only going to fold it on those little fold lines, making sure the numbers are on the inside. So you fold it like this, just fold it all the way. Some people are not real clear on that, but if you fold it all the way and then just let it come loose, you'll be able to figure it out.
It's an Illuminati.
Now, don't call it out, but when you know what the name of this thing is, I want you to raise your hand. When you know the name of this thing. All right, so let's go ahead and find the area, the surface area of our square pyramid. So open it up so you can look on the inside now that you folded it. All right, so let's talk about the square in the middle of it. It only has one measurement, so that's one base. So what does that mean the other base is? 4. It's the same. Remember, if they don't give you 2 measurements, I told you not to eyeball it, but remember, if they don't tell us what this one is, it must be the same as that one, or they would tell us, okay? So this one is 4 and that one's 4. So the center is 4 times 4, which is 16. Now it's made up of also 4 triangles. They have a base of 4 and a height of 5. Okay, but they're triangles, so we have to do what to them? Divide by 2. Y'all, please wait till I get there, because it really is distracting. Okay, so 4 times 5 is 20, divided by 2 gives us 10. So this one is 10. Since they don't tell us otherwise, all 4 of them are the same. So they are all 10. Okay? Now, go on your paper, find a spot, and let's write the surface area. So surface area, SA, equals, we're just going to add all those up. We have 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus what? 16. Okay, when we add all those up, what do we get?
56.
Very good, 56. And it's in centimeters squared. 56 centimeters squared. It's the same, you're right. Okay,